took me 3 hours to get up to that meadow. And to come back, it took 1 hour and 15 minutes to come back down. So those people saying I only had about another hour, they weren't being dishonest, they were just going off of their hour of hiking coming down. And the distance was probably, it could have been a mile, but it was all uphill and just overwhelmed, really. Gotta know when to say when, you know. I don't need my knife. My shoes are dry. Good night. Well, sleep one. It is after 6 p.m. The sun has moved quite a bit. I basically dozed from 3 to 4 and then a wind blew through here. It's not like it was, but it was pretty steady. And the rocking motion, and it got kind of cool on my skin, almost uncomfortable. Not cold, but uncomfortable. I couldn't just lay in the hammock. I grabbed the jungle blanket and my pillow, and it was lights out. Like, as soon as I was truly comfortable, I just zonked. I slept from 4 to 6. I feel great though. I needed that. I earned it. It's not like I have anywhere to be. So the last time I ate was at 1:30, and we should eat in the next little while. I never did replenish the empty water bottle, so I still have to do that. It's been an eventful day. We've seen a lot, haven't we? So now the day is winding down. There's probably 45 minutes left of daylight, of the sun being above the mountain. We learned yesterday that here the sun sets way earlier, but it still shines kind of up the other mountain and keeps things lit pretty well. But since I had that nap, I don't know if hiker midnight I'm going to be tired enough to just zonk out for another 8-9 hours. Looking forward to going to bed, but I just did. Didn't mean to, but I guess that hike really kicked my butt. Last couple of days have. That was a hummingbird. They're really hard to film, by the way. And so are butterflies. Holy crap. Can't tell you how many times on this trip I've tried to get a video of a butterfly or a hummingbird, and they just, as soon as you point the camera, they're gone. This evening's plan is a little different than I thought. I think I will have a fire, but it'll be a small fire just for the sake of comfort, psychological comfort, I guess. It's not cold. Here in the shade, it's hard to tell because my skin is hot from being in the sun still. And I would say it's in the 70s up here, and in the shade maybe low 70s, so it's not cold. And it'll probably get down to 50 tonight is my guess. So I think I might have a fire just to sit around and think and that kind of thing. A small one, nothing that's going to get out of control. Things are pretty green and well watered and that kind of thing, but I'm always really careful. And there was no fire ban or fire restriction or anything like that at the trailhead, so you know, kind of my own rule was no fire. But last night I was so tired I went to bed before the sun did, so because of this nap it changes things. I'm gonna have dinner and I'm gonna have fire. All right, let's do that. So here's the trail. Haven't heard too many people hike by. Haven't seen any of the people I saw hiking in come back. And some of them, it was clear that they were not backpacking, but just day hiking. Ugh. I gotta shake off the cobwebs. Alright, so this is where those people were. They were walking all over in here. Maybe there's just a nice view of the river over here. Up and over. Oh yeah, look at that. This is what they were doing. They were checking out the river. That's the actual Shingle Creek. Wow, that's beautiful down there. Here, I'll zoom in. It's a nice little waterfall down here. We'll walk down and get a closer look. It's all shady now that the sun's hidden away. I'll just go down to here, this little section. I don't really want to go down to the river. It looks like you can. There's a rocky point right there that you can hike down to. This probably has fish in it. On some of these trips I fish and some I don't. This time I didn't. I was already carrying enough crap. I didn't want to bring my fishing gear too. Oh, look at that beautiful waterfall. Glad I came over here. It's a good size. A little further up, there's some more rapids. Kind of a waterfall. Wow, that's beautiful. Well, let's get the food down. It's right up there. Hopefully my Snickers aren't just sitting up there melting. Sun's hitting that directly. So my son Ash, he did a really good job with this this weight thing that he made with the cue ball and the paracord. It's worked like a charm. It's nice to have with me instead of trying to hunt down a rock to tie paracord to and hope it doesn't come off and hit me in the head. This has worked really well. Takes a beating too. Where I've been going to get water, this little piece of this creek that has a pretty good flow. fills the bottle up really fast. Of course, I always prefer moving water over stagnant. And this big tree laying here, a tree stump is upturned. It once rested right here where this creek is, so I think I know what happened there. Anyway, look at that. It's all massive. There's a hole right through the middle. Peekaboo. As you can see, if I can move it the right way, the water comes out pretty clear. So it's not that the water is not clear, it's the tablets I put in. So it's official with the RAV Power charging bank here. These are all solar panels. The green light is on. It literally sat in the sun for 11 hours. And we only have 3 of the 4 lights lit, exactly where I left it this morning. I used 1 light worth of power, whatever that is, to charge all my batteries and my phone last night. It is a good flashlight. If you hold this down, looks for a good flashlight. I mean, this would last me probably 3 or 4 days charging all my stuff. But I really wanted something that would charge on the trail, and it said in the instructions to just use the solar feature to top it off, not to charge the whole thing. So that's all I was doing. So this kind of is a bust. I've tried multiple times, both at home and in the field, and yes, I could recommend it as a charging bank, but not as a solar one. You can get other 25,000 milliamp charging banks that don't have solar feature. This is almost just a waste of space. And speaking of gear, I thought I would tear into this. I'm always talking about what I have in my roll pack, as I call it. It's not its official name, but it's made by Osprey. And I always keep a hygiene kit, a fire kit, and a first aid kit in it. And it's pretty bulky this time because I kind of loaded it up with stuff that that I thought I might test out while I'm here, but I really haven't gotten to. So let's open it up and see what's in it. And you can see like some of the stuff I always have on hand. Now this thing's important. If I go on just a day hike, then I bring it along for that. Like today, it was with me all day. It's not something I ever leave behind, and that's because it has those vital things in it that I need so much. Having said that, let's tear into it. Let's start with our hygiene kit. Now this is going to look kind of funny at first because we got all of these stuffed in here. These I bought just before this trip. They're not normally in here. So they look like candy, and I would imagine some people have probably popped these in their mouth at one time or another. But they're not, believe it or not. These are hand towels. So there's that. You get it a little wet, and it grows. So there's that. And basically, the wetter you get it, the more it grows. No comment, but that's the truth. Okay, so it gets about that big. And then you unwrap it, and you have a towel, a wet towel. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's really nice. My face is hot from that sun. All right, so I'll throw that away. I'll put that over with the trash. So that's one thing that's in my hygiene kit. Let's move this along. I've got a little flosser here. Just, you know, clean my teeth with, obviously. This cool little toothbrush. I think Joe gave me this. Joe's always giving me stuff, so this episode brought to you by Joe. I forgot to brush my teeth this morning. Last night I was too tired, so tonight will be a good test for it. Looks like it just opens right up, and then this closes, and you got yourself your toothbrush. This is ticking me off. This is not focusing on what I want it to focus on. Let's move this. Now will you? Please? Alright, there you go. A nice clear shot of the toothbrush. It's never been used because it just folds up like that. And there it is, all folded up neat in a little cocoon. So pretty cool. Thanks, Joe. I have a bunch of these wet wipes. They might be pretty dried out. They feel like they are. They've been in here a long time, so I should probably just dispose of those. I'll probably just use these. I have a lot of toilet paper from MREs. I even have regular toilet paper from home that I put in a Ziploc at one point. Is this focusing? You really need to focus on toilet paper. And then these are MRE toilet paper packets. I always keep them. If I don't end up using them, they go in here. Oh, there's another one. So there you go, a bunch of those. I've got some gum from an MRE that's really old. I usually just give these to my kids. Those are hard as a rock. I'll have to dispose of that. I always have these anyway, so, and I don't really chew gum. I'm more of a mint person. Yeah, there we go. There you go, just some chiclet type gum. And then my toothpaste, of course, of Crest. I'm just trying to get my camera, it just doesn't get it. It just doesn't. Anyway, you know what toothpaste looks like. So that's my hygiene kit. This is a built-in mirror that comes with the roll pack. It still has a protective film on it. So there you go, there's a mirror. You can see yourself there. Okay, so that's the hygiene kit. Okay, next we have the middle section here, right here. This is my fire kit. Anything to do with starting a fire goes in here. I'm gonna move this because it keeps focusing on it. So I'll just unload it and you'll just take my word for it. I have Espit tablets, always. I'll show you why later as we move down. This is a fantastic fire starter. I don't know what it's made of, but I've used these a couple of times and they start the fire so well. I can't not take them with me. They're incredible. That's probably what I'll start the fire with later, and you can appreciate. Oh, here it is. I put the card in here so I wouldn't forget. Quick Survive VIP Club, if it'll focus. There we go. That's what these are. This is a 20% off discount code thing. Some more Espit cubes, some matches. These are also like Espit tablets. They look almost just like those little white towels. But I've had these forever. I keep forgetting I even have them. So it's just a little Espit type tablet, except one of these is equivalent to half of one of these. So you really need two of these to cook with, not just one. And then finally we have my pocket bellows. This is like an antenna that's hollowed out. You put your mouth on this end and blow. Actually, you put your mouth on the big end and blow. The small end you can see has been in the fire a lot, if it'll let you see. The camera refuses to focus on this, so anyway, just take my word for it, the end is burnt. And I use this to stoke the fire when the coals kind of burn down. You just stick that end in the fire and blow, and it just lights right up. This has been in many of my videos. It's always in my fire kit. Funny story about that. I have learned my lesson when it comes to using that. You see this hole in my pants? Well, one time it came out of the fire and I decided to close it up like this. And I branded myself. I had a scar there forever. And then I did it again. Right here on my ankle, I've got a hole, which is not from pushing it, but just from touching it there. It melted my pants immediately. So yeah, if you're gonna close this, push on a rock or the ground or something. Bad idea not to. Okay, so that's what's in my fire kit. Now you may be wondering, am I just gonna use the matches? to light this stuff? And the answer is no. That is the next compartment. So next we have this small section right here. And inside I have 2 lighters, the one you've seen me use on this trip. And my backup with some duct tape on it that's probably sold. It's not sticky anymore. Anyway, they always work. Reliable. Kept in here, safe and warm. Should I need to start a fire or cook something. Which moves on to the last thing, the first aid. Now, before I show you the first aid, this is an Espit stove. It folds up like this. You put the Espit cube right there, you light it, you put your cook pot on top, and it cooks. The reason it's in here is it's the best pocket that it fits in. It's really part of the fire kit, but I don't want these sharp edges tearing the netting. And then in here, I have all kinds of stuff. Looks like I have some hot hands, but I guess those could be first aid if your hands are freezing. I have some Band-Aids. Here's my bug spray I've been using for this trip. It's called Ben's. So Ben's 100% DEET. Anyway, ticket insect repellent, 10 hours of protection. That's in there. More Band-Aids. I do have some bug wipes left over from last year. These were a gift from Joe Shanks and Devin from Backcountry Exposure, and they work amazing. These are awesome. I would highly recommend them, but I still got one left. I used them all last season and they worked wonderfully. It was very buggy last year. Lots of Band-Aids. I don't know why I have so many Band-Aids, but these are alcohol swabs. I need to replace these. These are old. I can feel that they're all dried out. I got the water tablets. You can see right there. They're called Potable Aqua, and they're just iodine tablets. Here I've got some rubber gloves if I need them. I have these coming out my ears at home. I work in a hospital, and I always end up bringing some home. Triple antibiotic ointment, so like Neosporin type stuff. We'll get to that in a second. This is my pill container. I usually have ibuprofen, Excedrin, and melatonin in here, and usually something for my stomach, which I forgot this trip, but it hasn't been too bad. And this is moleskin for my feet. If you don't know, moleskin is just something to put over a blister to help it protect it and heal while you're hiking if you're starting to form a blister. I keep just a little sheet of it to cut a piece off, but I've never had to use it. I'm not really that prone to blisters, to be honest. This is Sting Ease. This is for if you do happen to get bitten or stung. There we go. Just soothes the bite site, I guess. Hey, there's a bonus Excedrin. This is some antibiotic cream and pain relief. So this stuff will clean up a wound and also numb the wound site. Alright, I think that's it. I've got 2 Excedrin floating around in here. Now, I don't get headaches. That's what Excedrin's for, but it's caffeinated and it's a painkiller. So basically, I take it when I'm sore and I'm also fatigued at the same time. And then this is just something I picked up right before this trip at the same place I got those towelettes that I showed you. And on the back it says it has, here's a picture of the back, some of the ingredients. It says it's a 19-piece set in a reusable tin. 4 bandages, 4 small bandages, 2 sport bandages, 1 knuckle bandage, 2 antiseptic wipes, 2 sting relief wipes, 2 large safety pins, a small safety pin, and a sunscreen packet. So this was super cheap. It was like a couple of bucks at the sporting goods store. It slides open like that. All that stuff is in there. I don't feel like taking it out, but I thought it might be a good addition to what I've already got here. And that, my friends, is the complete roll pack kit. It's got this section in here too that's, I don't know what this is for, but it's hollow all the way down to here. I'm not sure why. Just to put extra stuff in if you need it. But this is my essential kit. It always goes with me whether I'm just day hiking or backpacking. Okay, so that's it for the roll pack. On to dinner. Tonight's dinner is menu 12, elbow macaroni and tomato sauce. That's tonight's MRE. Let's tear into it and see what's in it. These are impossible to rip open. I can never, it says peelable, that's hard to say for me. Peelable seal, where you can just separate it and pull it, but I've never had good luck with that, so we're just going to use the knife. We got our cooking sleeve. We got our accessory pack. Looks like all the same stuff as last night. Coffee creamer, gum, matches, towelettes. Anyway, it's the basic accessory pack. Here's our beverage bag that I never use. Here's our cooking sleeve that hopefully will work. If not, I'm boiling it. This is awesome. Chocolate protein drink powder. A protein drink. That's awesome. Looking forward to that. I'll actually use this bag to shake it up in. That'll help fill me up too. This looks like quite a meal. This is insane what I'm seeing in here. This is wheat snack bread, trans fat free. Here's our main entree. The elbow macaroni and tomato sauce. Zapple sauce, I've had this before and it's freaking awesome. I love this stuff. I'm not a huge applesauce guy, but that stuff's amazing. Cheese spread. So there you go, Ash, back at home. You can have this. That's 2 packets you scored in one camp out. I hate that stuff. What else? Hot sauce. And finally, a package of Skittles that I'll either take to my kids or eat on the trail back to the car tomorrow for some energy. That's probably more likely. My kids get enough crap as it is. So that's everything that's in there except the spoon. I've been using the spoon from the other MRE from yesterday for everything, so now I have a fresh one. Can throw that other one away. Another good thing about having a fire tonight was it'll get rid of the freaking bugs. They're starting to, I sprayed myself just recently. They're starting to really show up in force. And I've got our bug zapper here, but it doesn't seem to be attracting anything. See, that's under. That's a little over. Do not overfill. I'll pour a little bit out. Now, it's a little full, but I'll get that element started, hopefully. Yeah, it's getting hot already. That's good. That is heating up. The bag is swelling. Look at that. That's actually doing what it's supposed to. Last night's dinner was kind of a joke. It didn't do anything. It didn't steam up or anything. It barely got, it got not even as warm as a hand warmer. And that's gonna come open and steam. That one's working almost too well. In the meantime, I think we'll tear into this applesauce. How about that? We'll just squeeze some out. Let you see it. It's not anything exciting, it's just friggin' applesauce. So there you go. Tomorrow morning's breakfast is another MRE, hash brown MRE. I thought it would make a good breakfast meal instead of more grits. All done. The protein powder says, what should I do with it? Directions for use. Allow water just chemically purified, well there you go, to stand 30 minutes before adding to beverage powder. I think they're talking about purify your water first. I've already done that. Tear pouch at notch, open zipper, add 8 ounces of cold water, about a 1/3 canteen cup to fill line, close zipper, Shake bag to mix about 60 seconds, consume promptly within 1 hour, single use only. So you've got this little tear thing that's right here and a little zipper right here that seals it so you can shake the snot out of it. Eight ounces of water. Close it up. Shake for 60 seconds. I've learned to shake these upside down because you'll get a lot of it settling in the bottom no matter how much you shake like this. And then you end up with a bunch of powdered gunk at the end. Yeah, I think that's been long enough. All right. I'm all shook up. As Elvis used to say, smells like chocolate pudding. Cheers. And it ain't all shook up. Crunchy. It's delicious, by the way. It's very thick and chocolatey, like a milkshake. Still hasn't quite shaken up, but it's better. It's really thick. It's delicious. It's like drinking pudding, except it's not as thick. I think this bag is leaking on my hand. Yep, there's a little leak right in the corner, and now I've got protein powder on my hand. Must have gave way while I was using all my awesome manly muscles to shake this. Okay, the last half doesn't have chunks in it. It's really good. That was really good. I like this. And we'll just wait for the main entree, and then we'll come back and see how that turned out. Okay, I've got some small stuff and some bigger stuff, and I'm not going to have an all-night fire. Like I said, just a small one, a short one, just for a little while. I'll do that later. I cleaned up my garbage mostly. It's all in that bag, and we're going to tear into this MRE and see if it's worth anything. Sounds good. Sounds delicious. It's been about 20 minutes. Should be warm through. Ooh, that bag is hot. Smoking hot. That heating element did its job, I can tell. The bag is all sweaty, squishy. Ah, that looks good. All it's missing is some Parmesan cheese. So here's what I'm just gonna do this. If I tip it, I'm gonna dump it. There, focus on that, you stupid camera. There you go. Want some? Heck yeah. It's pretty much macaroni smothered in tomato sauce. Okay, that's strong. Kind of grabs you right here. That, lots of basil in there too. I like basil. That is, a lot like Chef Boyardee stuff. I say that a lot with these MREs, but they taste like that. Like the pasta in a can stuff. It's pretty good, but the sauce is incredibly strong. And I forgot to put the hot sauce in it. I'm kind of glad I did, because the sauce is... it's pushing the envelope of overpowering. It's super flavorful. Like, it's almost like when you eat something that has too much sugar in it. It's just overly sweet, but it still tastes like it should. It's just too strong. That's what I'm thinking of for some reason. And I'll probably cut that out because that's a dumb analogy. I'm looking forward to the fire now because these mosquitoes, I've got the bug spray on, and so they're not landing on me, but they're hovering, and it's making me a little bit crazy. I'm going to sit here and enjoy this. I'm going to set up my bed because my half of it is still in the hammock. Kind of clean up around here, make it look nice. Get the bear bag hung. And then I'm going to come back and light the fire. And it'll be a while. It'll give the sun some time to go to sleep. It is not quite 8 p.m. but it's starting to disappear on the other side of the mountain where it's kind of hitting the top of the mountain, it's starting to disappear. And once that happens, then it'll be fire time. And it'll probably happen right around the time I'm done cleaning up my mess. So we'll come back in just a little bit.